Welcome back, gamers, to yet another Gamer Jooce episode. In this episode, as the title suggests, we will be sharing another Android game list. In today's episode, our first selection of the top 5 horror games for Android and iOS. I promise you, after watching this video through, you are going to want to play every single one of these games. Listen, in playing these games for the footage, we legitimately went through a few actual jump scares to even capture the footage needed for the video. So we would appreciate it if you could give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Without further delay, let's get right on into the video. At number 5, Case Animatronics. Before creating this video, I personally have never played games of this genre. After a few games, I realized that these horror games are essentially puzzle games with the added factor of monster that is out to get you, making the gameplay feel extremely intense. In Case Animatronics, you're playing as a night guard in a facility. In the first mission, your task is to find the control room to turn the lights back on after they were suddenly shut off. There are hidden items you can find throughout the game, such as keycards, keys, lockpicks, and other items. And of course, you're able to hide under desks in case the monster is hot on your tail or in close proximity. I won't go on too much further since I'm pretty sure this was an extremely popular game out on multiple consoles before the creators decided to develop the game for mobile. Number 4, Death Park. What is it about clowns that make them so frightening? Don't get me wrong, they are frightening, but why? In Death Park, you're of course on the run from killer clowns in an amusement park. The game has collectibles you can find throughout the map, items you can use such as tickets, keys, and wood planks, among other items. This is a fairly large map compared to the last game on the list, making for a more difficult horror game. The goal of the game is to find out what's going on in the theme park and escape, though I don't know why anyone would want to find out instead of escaping first when the entire place is covered in blood. The gameplay was great. I was definitely caught off guard the first few times with intense jump scares. The only downside though is that the game is riddled with ads. Otherwise, it's a horror game I would recommend. Number 3, Eyes. After playing Case Animatronics at Death Park, I was really surprised with the graphics of Eyes. It looked great, even though that did mean worse jump scares. Your goal in Eyes is to find 20 bags of money before you can escape. Risking your life for money, I suppose there's people out there that would do that. Aside from coins, there are also collectibles you can find throughout the map, as well as these eyes drawn on the wall with what looks like is blood that allow you to see where the monster is roaming. Now, this isn't like other games where if the monster finds you, it's game over. You actually have a chance to run away from the monster, and I think it's at least 10 times more terrifying knowing it can catch you at any minute. And if you turn around to look behind you, it potentially means game over. The game does offer in-app purchases to play different modes, and of course it does have ads, but it's not nearly as bad as Death Park when it comes to the frequency of ads. Number 2, Goosebumps. There's a lot of us who may have grown up reading the R.L. Stine's Goosebumps books, so playing this game may bring back some memories. I say that because all of the monsters he's written about have escaped, and it's your job to lock them back in their stories. When I first started playing this game, I was disappointed to find out that you weren't able to move freely, but instead had to follow the path the creators set out for you. Eventually, I got used to it and it was no longer an issue. Besides, I feel like they made up for it with the intensity of these scares. I was not expecting this at all. In every other game on this list, the monster kind of just chases you before they show up in front of your face to surprise you into a scare. But in Goosebumps, they made these scares look horrifying when they find you. That is something I think every horror game could improve on. Number 1, Hello Neighbor. I realized this game was an extremely popular game before it was brought onto mobile by the developers. If I'm being honest, this was my very first time playing the game and I didn't know what to expect. At first, it didn't look like it'd be all that great of a game with terrible graphics and with it being in broad daylight and all. Not to mention that the thing you were trying to avoid was literally your neighbor. I thought that was kind of weird, but whatever. Anyway, the reason I included it in this list is because, as I mentioned earlier, it seems as horror games are really just intense puzzle games. Hello Neighbor turned out to be a great puzzle game, and with your neighbor hot on your tail, it created the perfect chaotic intensity I feel like we're all in search of when playing any game of the genre. Alright gamers, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell because we're always creating more content. If there's a game you think should have been on the list, leave it in the comment section and see if it makes it on the next one. We'll see you on the next video, and until then, enjoy the rest of the gameplay.